Taco Tuesday, and here with a great way to work fiber into your taco recipe is the woman who heads up St. Pete Cooking School, registered and licensed dietitian, nutritionist Wendy Wesley, who was voted Best of the Bay. It's good to see you.
Yeah, thanks for having me back.
So this is great. It's like Taco Tuesday with a really healthy twist.
Well, I start everything with onions. I think the woman earlier was saying that when you cook onions in your house, it makes it smell fantastic. And I just love food cooking in my home.
Me too. Me too. I love it when the kids come in from school and they're like, man, it smells good in here. When they come in the late afternoon from all their activities. So your base here looks like onions, green peppers, which is always a great staple, and you're just kind of putting it over some extra virgin olive oil.
I sure am, and this is in my trusty cast iron pan, which I love cooking in my trusty cast iron pan because it gets nice and hot, get great sear on it, and actually you can impart some iron into your food from the pan to the food.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
I cook a lot with cast iron pans, and they're awesome. So next up, quinoa?
This is quinoa, and my biggest hack for making weeknight dinner happen is to cook your grains in advance. So I tell people if they're going to do some meal prep, to cook their grains on Sunday. Without the intention of eating them, you just put them in a Tupperware and they go into the fridge.
And how long can they last? Something like quinoa?
Yeah, all week.
Really?
All week.
Okay.
And then the beautiful thing about quinoa is it's very, very high in protein, very, very high in fiber, and it becomes whatever you want it to be. So here in this bottle, I have some Lebanese 7-spice.
Nice.
And it has some cinnamon and some cardamom and some other kind of funky stuff. And then, so I throw that in. And then, so quinoa is kind of bland, but it becomes whatever you want it to be. And then I'm going to add some of these black beans. Now you could pull some meat off of a rotisserie chicken
and add that to it.
Or you could do some ground beef, some ground turkey, whatever you want. These kids love tacos, and so I have been sneaking vegetables into my kid's taco for years. And he doesn't complain.
He doesn't? Okay, I like that.
He doesn't complain.
I do have one that tends to pick them out still, and she's a 16. But most of them, to your point, if you start introducing it early, it's a lot better off. So talk to me, Wendy, about why it's so important. I know you work with a lot of clients to work in fiber to our diets.
So fiber will bring down cholesterol. The other thing it will do is help you stay very, very full. So when you eat foods that have lots of processed flours and processed or added sugars, you might find that 90 minutes later, you're back in the kitchen looking for something else to eat. So when you incorporate lots of fiber into your meals, you're full for a long time. You're not peckish going around saying, what's next, what's next?
Yes.
The food stays with you for a long time. And also, where you find fiber, you find nutrient density, and that's in plants.
Okay, so now let's talk about what type of tortilla shell that you're looking at. I know, or wrap, I should say.
Yeah. Now these are a little smaller. These are kind of the street taco size. This is a whole wheat, very, very high fiber tortilla.
Okay.
These are my favorite. And so I think that these great high fiber tortillas, they're just great vehicles for wonderful stuff you can put inside. And so these have, I think, 12 grams of fiber per taco. And so when you count in the fiber from the black beans, we have fiber in onions, we have fiber in green peppers, and we have lots of fiber in the cilantro. In the quinoa. Even our cilantro has some fiber. So every single thing that goes into this taco has fiber.
I love this. This is great. Easy to plate, easy to put together, and a truly healthy meal, and a good spin, because I think we all get tired of the same old ground up meat. And this is a great alternative to make things a little bit different for Taco Tuesday.
Exactly. And again, if you want to get some vegetables into your kids' diet, this is one way to do it. You sell it with a taco.
It's so true. You can sell anything with a taco, can't you, Wendy?
With kids, it's all about sales. It's sales and marketing with kids.
It really is. I love it. A great meal for the family, and it's going. You mentioned earlier, it's going to keep you full, so you don't find yourself picking through the pantry an hour and a half later.
And a lot of people struggle with late night eating, especially post-pandemic. I'm seeing a lot of that behavior, and so when you have something incredibly nutrient dense, high fiber, good protein for dinner, carries you through the night until the next day.
Wendy, as always, we love having you on Bloom. Thank you so much.
And thanks for having me again.
All right, we're going to share this recipe on BloomTampaBay.com, and stick around. We'll tell you about how ozone therapy